in you. God still sees enough in you that he wants you back. Isn't that, that's amazing. Isn't that amazing? That God sees enough in you that he still wants you. Despite what you've become, despite what you've done, all of those things, it doesn't matter. We need to keep our eyes off of us and to see who he is. And to realize that there's other people out there. There's other people out there that need to know. And we cannot cower off in the back and be like, no, I don't want any issues. I don't want problems. You know what? The people that have the problems need to hear that answer. And so, as a believer, guys, if you're a Christian here, I'm going to encourage you. What kind of people are we going to be? Are we going to be the passive audience? The ones that when there's a fight now, we're the ones that, world star, okay, you know? Is that the one people we want to be? That when we see things happening, I'm sick of watching people and there's fights and you got everybody just doing this and watching and just, look at that. You know? Is that who we are? Just people just watching the world, just kind of literally just rip each other apart and we just got to get that like, bow, right? Is that what we want to be? Or are we going to be the mob on the other side of the phone? We're going to be the mob. Are we going to be the instigators? Are we going to be the instigators that stir things up? You know, are we going to be the manipulators that behind the scenes are putting everything and just rigging things up? Or are we going to be the peacemakers? Which one are we going to be? You know, unfortunately, in the Bible, it says that in the end times, there's going to be a great falling away. That has to be one of the saddest statements that I can read in the Bible. In the end, people that know the truth, that know Jesus, they said there will be a great falling away. How is that possible? How would there be a great falling away of believers, people that have been saved and seen the goodness of God? How would they turn on him in the end? It says because they were given over to bad philosophies, bad ideas, a wrong way of thinking. Who knows? What if that wrong way of thinking was not getting involved? And, it's going to cost me my job to believe in that? Okay, I don't believe in that anymore. Could you imagine? What if that's the great falling away? Of people that would rather choose their comfort and avoid strife instead of choosing Christ. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because he thought we were worth it to give up everything. Is it worth it for us? Who are we going to be? Have we forgotten who we are? Have we forgotten who we are? You know, and I want to end with this. I think the greatest verse in our country's history is one that we've all forgotten and no one knows. The greatest verse ever sung, ever written and ever penned. You know verse number 1. You didn't know there was probably 4 verses. Some of you guys have been here long enough, you heard it. But there's a 4th verse that I feel like is the most prophetic and most powerful and most crucial and critical verse written in any song in American history. And I think we need to not just know it, but we need to live it more than ever. It goes like this. Oh, thus be it ever, when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation, blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. And conquer we must, for our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Do you know that? Are we still? Do we recognize that we are preserved because of him and that we should praise him because of what he's done? Is that still us? Do we still believe that, or are we just going to let that fall into history and just go unnoticed? is that are we still, if we're talking about being bold and to be obedient to God, are we still the home of the brave like that? Are we? Are we still like that? Are we brave enough to stand for what's right even when we are wronged? Are we bold enough and brave enough to speak the truth even when others lie about us? And are we brave enough to love and to be peaceful even when we are hated and pushed to the edge? Are we brave enough? Is that still us?